Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. It's Friday, I don't have a full day today, so I need to get cracking into things today. So I've already done some work to the E30 bumper. I've done this seam along here, smoothed all this in. So I now just need to smooth this off, this flat portion here, and then I can fill here, do any touch-ups I need on here, and then move on to that. And once I'm happy I've got enough sanding done, I can do a bit more filling, I'm probably then going to get this outside, trimmed, back in and bonded together. So that's the plan. Bonnet bonded together and the bumpers as close to finish as I can possibly get them. Because yeah, everything's taking too long, so let's get smashing into it. Peace. So it has been a very productive Friday. I don't know if you can hear me over the rain on the roof, but we have got loads of rubbing down done on this. This is starting to look so clean now. I can't wait to do the final touches and get it moulded. This bottom lip still needs trimming off. The back edges all still need trimming back. And yeah, join on the undersides. So need to sort them, sort out these holes on the front. Glass the underside so it joins that lip, smooth it, and then mould it. So I'm buzzing for that. And the E30 bumper is nearly there, like majority wise. I've still got, like I said, I've still got to cut out the exhaust, and I've still got to do the arch curvature. But I've now got all this nice and smooth and flat now. Last thing I need to do are these small little touch-ups along here. Then I'll cut out the exhaust port. Oh, sorry, it'll be over there. Exhaust port over there. And yeah. So that is Friday done. Obviously, I haven't filmed a lot, so we'll continue this video either on Sunday or Monday. So. Right, and we are back, and it is Sunday. I'm in my white gear. That was probably a mistake, but hey ho. So, plan for today, I want to get this bonnet bonded together, so I need to get that gone. Finish some repairs on the clam for Mitch Gibbons, get them gone out of the workshop. What else do I want to get out of the workshop? Well, there's nothing left to get out of the workshop apart from the bumpers. Very close to being finished, so we'll see where we get to with these in a little bit. And CSL boot lid for an E46 saloon. Better make a start on that. So yeah, we'll get cracking and I'll get back to you. Peace. Right, so a few hours have passed now and I've got the bonnet trimmed and all bonded together. So I'm really happy about that. Pop that out tomorrow, fettle the edges down, do a couple of repairs and get that on its way. And while I had the grinder out and all my gear on, I decided to trim up this underside lip, trim this back edge all the way around in each port. So I've still got to just tie that out. So now I can get this edge all nice, make sure that is even all the way down, and then ensure that one is the same thickness all the way down, which it is not. I'm going to have to pack out a little bit more on this corner area so it sweeps and stays out a bit more. But I'm really happy so far with how it's all coming out. So I've got this underside to do, these underside bits to just blend in now, and then just the repairs. So we're getting very close. I'm now going to take the time to catch up on some orders. I've got 2 pairs of headlight blanks to make for the E46 pre-facelift coupe, and then I've got 2 inner skeletons for the boot lid for the E46 coupe, they're going off to Stuart up in Scotland at SMT for his and Neil's competition cars. They will be full inner skeletons with the threaded fixings on them. So yeah, that's where we're at so far. I'm now gonna try and get some headlight blanks started and then get sanding again. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on, guys. And that's one pair of headlight blanks made and curing. I'll leave them the night to cure. That'll come out in the morning. Bonnet will come out in the morning. And I got a bit mad on the E46 compact bumper again. I wasn't happy with some of the angles, so rather than just find touch-ups here and there, I've ended up redoing this whole angle here, making this a little bit better, bringing that up. So I've got that where I want it now. I've just got to fill the low spots again. Yeah, get up on this underside, get all this smoothed in as well. But it is coming out really nicely now. Again, you can see I've redone that whole portion. This is nice and flat, top's nice and flat. I've just got low points in the middle, so that's a nice easy fill and re-rub down. And then just, yeah, just tidying up this edge the best I can. I don't want too sharp of an edge, so this will get rounded off, but I want it all to be there first before I try rounding it off. And then the E30 rear bumper has been getting some love. I have finally cut the exhaust port out for it. I hope it's level. I've still got plenty of more work to do to smooth all that in, so I can change this. I know the line is up higher, but the line was actually wrong. This is flat. It's just horrible perspective because the body line here tapers upwards here, so it does look bigger. Gap there than there. So that's been trimmed out, and I've now done my my arch curvature. So I've just got to cap the ends, both ends, cap the inside of this with a flat upper portion as well, and that's going to be ready to mould. So unfortunately I haven't got as far as I wanted to today. Same as every day, I'm never satisfied with how much work I get done. I'm my own worst critic. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. I think I'll probably keep this video rolling on. It's Sunday at the moment, so yeah, it's Sunday at the moment. I've only filmed a few bits and bobs, so I think that's how I'm going to do it from now on. I'm going to vlog like every 3 days, or like, you know, update YouTube every 3 days, and each video will just be 3 days worth of short updates. So yeah, let's get Monday going. Right, it is a new day. We are back at it. I've already been here for a good few hours already. I thought there's no point in filming in the morning because it was only going to be the same as what I filmed last night. So what I've been up to this morning, we have the skeleton for E46 coupe boot lid. I've got 2 of these to make to send off to Stuart at SMT up in Scotland. Now gelled up the second set of headlight blanks. I'll show you the set I made yesterday. They're over there somewhere. So that's the second set that I've made. That's the mat ready for them. I have now got what I am hoping is the final touch up required on this bottom lip. So hopefully this will be the final sand down on this bottom lip, and I can then start concentrating on, well, the underside joins and then the damage. So fingers crossed I can get that most of the way, whoa, nearly fell over, most of the way done today. I've also been working on this today. I got the cutouts done yesterday. I'm now just capping it all, and this will get rubbed smooth. And then with these ends, capping these off, these will get rubbed smooth later on today. And yeah, once once the two ends are done and that exhaust port is done, it just needs a good wet and dry through all the grades, make it nice and sleek and smooth. And I'm undecided. I'm either going to risk it for a biscuit and mould straight off the filler, because I have done that before. I've been doing it more recently lately because I've found a new technique of being able to do it, or I'm going to speak to LA Customs and see how much it'll cost to just get this primered and baked in the oven, because that'd be a much better surface to mould off of. But then that's an additional cost that, do I really need? Because at the end of the day, you know, this bumper isn't going to get used for anything. It's not the end of the world if I have to tear that bumper apart to get out of the mould, because the mould is the important thing at the end of the day. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to get cracking on, and I'll get back to you guys soon. Right, so it is now the end of Monday. I've decided I'm just going to start doing these videos less often. I think I probably already said that. That's the trouble with filming across 3 or 4 days, putting them into one video. I'm just used to doing one day, one video. But hey, so earlier I forgot to show you the headlight blank. So this is one of the first pair that I've made this week. I'm only making 2 this week. So this pair is going off to Austria, and this pair that is made and green trimmed, they're staying in the UK. They'll be popped out of the molds tomorrow and rubbed down, because thankfully they just need a quick wipe down, sand the edges, and they're done. That's the beauty of green trimming. I've also made boot lid skin, skeleton skin, sorry. It's not really a skin, it is a strong skeleton. So I've got 2 of these to make. Just got to put the metal fittings in. So yeah, I'll get the second one of these made tomorrow. But I've been spending most of today working on this M Sport bumper, and let me tell you, I am really happy with how this is coming out. I might have to do a separate video just on this bumper. I wish I'd recorded all the process of me actually making it, but I just couldn't find the energy to do so. So here you go, this is where we're at with the M Sport bumper so far. So I'm really happy with it. It is now all, well, it's been smoothed down with 180 now. But I'm really happy with how this is all. How it's all looking. So this is so close to being ready to mould. I've also got these backside caps, just need smoothing off. This underside is very close to being smoothed off. I haven't really actually looked under there. I've just been slapping filler and sanding, but yeah, that's looking really good. I'm really happy with this lip. I'm really happy with the points. They've come out really nicely. So I've got these holes to fill, loads of screw holes to fill. But yeah, super happy with how this is coming out. Hopefully have the majority of that finished by the end of tomorrow. I keep saying that, but that's because I keep praying. And E30 bumper. So this was already nice and smooth. I've been concentrating on the end caps and the exhaust port. So the exhaust port is still being filled in and smoothed over, and I decided to add a little bit of detail. Hang on, I'll show you on the other side because the other side looks better. So I've done this cap and I've added a bit of arch line detail, a little bit of raised detail, because I wanted a little bit of something at the end here, otherwise I just come to a stop. And also that was very thin down there, so I've made that thicker to make the whole component stronger and just give it a little flair of something. So happy with that. And that was just a very simple add. That wasn't just loads of filler. I just hot glued a piece of cardboard in there that I cut to size and chucked some filler over it. because this is just at the end of the day a plug. It's not going on any car. It's probably going to get smashed to pieces being pulled out of the mould. So not an issue. Really happy with yeah, even though it's not sanded down, it's a nice little addition. I mean, if I had time I might add vents and all this, that and the other, but I don't have time. I've got to get it moulded and get 2 of these made and sent off, and pray to God this is in the right spot. I know it's lower by about an inch maybe, but that can be modified on the hangers as long as it's straight, as in left to right, in the right position. That's what I'm worried about. So yeah, that's going to do it for today. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. We'll keep going. I might just film the whole week and just do a video at the end of the week. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Tuesday is tomorrow. Peace. Right, so a good bit of time has passed. I haven't filmed for the last day or so. I just wanted to get cracking on. So let's see where we're at now. So E40, standing all sorts of crap. E46 bumper is starting to look really good now. I'm now just doing all the final touch-ups and repairs all over, and tiny little like pinhole touch-ups. And this is now all blended in. Yeah, touch-ups, wet and dry, and then I'll start flanging this and moulding it. A little bit of an oversight. I've angled these inwards, which prevents the mould from just releasing straight out as one big mould. So I'm going to have to split the mould in the middle with an angled flange, so that the first portion of mould, first half of the mould, can come off following this angle or greater, and then this side can then release off. So new style of mould that's going to be made for that. I'm super happy with how that's coming out. So buzzing to get onto the rear bumper and side skirts to match this. Right, so the E30 bumper is in its very final stages. Just a tiny little low spot there in it to fill, and up in here, but I'm happy with how the exhaust port is coming out. All of this is complete, and the underside is complete. And I've also added some additional detail on the arch line. One, because this looked quite boring here, and two, the bumper was actually really thin in this area and I was worried about loads of flex. So bulking it up just a little bit gives me a decent sized return flange. I'm going to increase the return flange up here just a little bit as well, and yeah, that'll make it a lot stronger. So hopefully these two bumpers by the end of today, which is Thursday, these will be ready for moulding. So close, so close. In the last clip you saw me gelling up the first boot skeleton for Stuart and a second set of headlight blanks, I believe, or first set of headlight blanks. Well, I'm now on my third set of headlight blanks. The second skeleton, so that's the first skeleton. Second skeleton is made, waiting to be popped out of the mould. I still need to get the metal fixings for the hinge points. They should be turning up today, so I can get both of these done today, get them popped out, sanded, and get them boxed up and out today. Get these two bits of mould back out into storage. So that'll be another, you know, 2 jobs complete, 3 jobs complete. Richard's F22 skirts from Fibre Factory. These are now on the table, ready to be flanged up and moulded. These are very detailed skirts, so I've got to take a lot of time. Take a lot of time to make sure I get it right. So keep your eyes peeled for how this goes. And I've now also pulled in the mould for my E46 saloon boot skin and my E46 coupe CSL spoiler. I'm going to blend the spoiler onto the boot lid, then mould and send off to Ben Parry, because he's having one of the saloon rear clams, 30mm rear over fenders, and a new custom boot lid. So that's quite exciting. He's going to have literally like back end back end will all be mine, and he does already run some of my front over fenders, so I'm quite chuffed that it's going to be another car that's pretty much covered in my parts. So yeah, let's see where we get to by the end of today. Right, so it is now the end of Thursday. I've got a few bits done. Going to be here early tomorrow morning to crack out as much as I can as possible. So behind me is the E46 Coupe CSL style boot lid. It's not a genuine mould off a CSL. Oh, I just realised my camera's wobbly. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this is going off to Mitch Gibbons along with all the other stuff that I've made for him, which I still haven't posted off yet. So he's going to get a massive job lot of parts just turned up all at once. E46 Saloon boot lid. This will have a CSL spoiler blended onto it and then moulded again, and then the first one we're going off to Ben Parry. And I've also finally made a start on Fibre Factory's F22 side skirts. So the first side skirt is now, well, the first portion of the side skirt is now all flanged up. It's now going through its waxing processes, its release agent application, and I'll get this gelled up pretty soon. And once I've got this gelled up with its first layer of glass on it, I'll start flanging this one up, because then I know this one's strong enough. Then I can dip between the two, in between glass going off on this, I can do work on that one. And that's the two E46 Coupe boot skeletons that are going off to Scotland. Still waiting for the metal fittings. I have a feeling they've turned up at the office on site rather than actually coming to the unit, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, so I'll have to go and find them. The two bumpers behind me, they only received a little bit of work today because I really wanted to get a start on the F22 bumpers, as these are so close now. I've probably only got about an hour of work of this, about 2 hours work on this, and then I can start flanging these two up and get them moulded as well. So yeah, I'm going to let the transition do its thing, and we'll start the next day. And we are back. It has been another fair few days since I recorded. Well, not a fair few days, let's say 2 days, maybe 3 days. I'm desperately trying to, hang on, let me make sure this camera is straight. I'm desperately trying to make sure I get everything done on time, so I haven't been filming a lot. So here is your latest update. In the last clip you saw the E46 compact bumper was about an hour away from being finished, and the E30 rear bumper was about 2 hours away from being finished. I apologise about the sound of the rain, it hasn't stopped all bloody day. Back to the bumpers. The compact bumper is now double gelled. As you can see, I've only moulded half of it so far. Double gelled, ready for its glass to go on, which I've already pre-cut. Glass gets slapped on there, and the reason I'm doing half and half is, if you remember earlier in the video, the angle, my inner angles here are return angles, so the mould would never release upwards directly from that. So I've given it an angled flange, as you can see, so this whole portion of mould will come off at a certain angle, which will then allow this one to come off at a certain angle, and I still get a complete bumper. So I'm going to get this done today. The F22 skirt, the first one of the two, the second one is still around the back there untouched. So that first area you saw me had flanged up, that is now all laid up, rock solid, nice and thick. So it's now been flipped, deflanged along here, flange built up around here. Can't really see because the black, but the edge of the skirt is actually here. So what I've done is I've flanged there and then done a 90-degree flange all the way just to make this a bit easier. Now the keen-eyed viewers of you, as I've just been doing this, might have noticed some of this pickling, which, yes, it shouldn't be there. This is a bad sign for if you're doing anything like making a mould or anything like that where you're putting gel coat on and you're hoping to release. This is where the paint has reacted with the gel coat underneath. So this area is going to stick fast, unfortunately, so it's going to take a bit of work to get it released. Thankfully it's a big flat area, so it will come up pretty easy. Had no reaction on this portion. But with the previous moulds that I've done for Fibre Factory, like front bumper and the rear bumper and the front wings, or here and there just had tiny patches of paint that I don't know whether it wasn't quite mixed right or something like that. I mean, it was genuine 2-pack paint. It's, you know, the proper paint it was meant to be. 90% of the paint was absolutely fine. Nothing went wrong with it. But there was just that small percentage area that has reacted, which is unfortunate. But I can fix the mould surface once that's released, so it is not the end of the world. Oh, the E30 bumper. Almost forgot. This is now complete. We are all smoothed in. We're all the edges are nice and rounded. The detail at the sides here is all nice and smoothed in now. Very happy with how they look. So this is now lined up. Next line up for the moulding process. As soon as I've got these smashed out, I can start flanging this, because it'd be silly to have three mould jobs on at the same time. But it is what it is. You see earlier in the video you saw the skeletons that I made for Stuart. They have now had their metal fixings fitted, so as soon as it stops raining I can take this little job lot of stuff outside and it can be attacked by the grinder. So I've got to trim this. This is an E46 coupe CSL style, emphasis on the word style. It is not a mould from a genuine CSL, so you will still need a facelift number plate trim in there. This is going off to Mitch Gibbons as part of the sponsorship. And then I've got this boot lid, which is now under development. God, I cannot get my words out right today. This one's under development now. This one is for Ben Parry. This is what you saw earlier in the video. I had the boot lid gelled up and the mould for the spoiler ready to go. As you can see, the two are now made. I fastened the spoiler to the boot lid first to make sure it all fit nicely. Took it off, slapped a load of bonding paste in there. Obviously, yes, I prepped the area, sanded the area and acetoned it down so it's got a good bond. And now that it's cured, the screws are out and I can now flappy disc the edges down, skim a filler and get that looking spot on. So that's going to be a new product coming soon. So yeah, if I've missed anything out, I will go back and watch what I've already recorded to make sure I haven't missed anything out. If I have missed anything out, I'll just do you maybe a little voiceover at the end or some written text. But this video is now heading towards 20 minutes long, maybe even longer. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to try and get back on track with filming pretty much everything I do, because that was a big gap and you guys have missed a lot. So I want to film more often and yeah, better updates, much better updates. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, big if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by hitting the like button, and if you want to stay tuned, subscribe. Simple as that. Love you guys, see you soon, peace.